Aloha. Welcome. Living in Hawaii is really a gift. It's really a gift. But one of the things that I learned as a yoga practitioner is how I have to continually open to receive the gift. Because the splendor of nature, the splendor of life is so much more than I ever imagined. Just when I think like that I've reached the pinnacle of a great understanding or happiness, something comes in. And it's oftentimes in the most quiet, silent moments. And it's just a deep, deep, deep understanding of our connection. And for me, this is aloha spirit. So it's incredible to live in an island that honors this notion, this invitation, may you be in the presence of the divine breath. This is aloha. So as we go through the practice today, we're going to focus on opening to receive and attune to that magic. And sometimes it doesn't always appear the way that we want it to. That's the yoga. That's really the yoga. Looking at the magic when it doesn't look like magic. And so I have this beautiful stone that is always helpful for me. One of my students gave it to me, and you see how it has the light and the dark, and it just depends on how you look at it, at which angle, as to what you see. And aloha is like that. Aloha is complicated, complex, real. It's not just like, everything's perfect, everything's great, be in the light. Yoga is real, just like the stone is real. Aloha is real. And so our work as yogis is to really feel in our heart the beauty of aloha. So we'll begin by attuning to our own great physical temple, our human body. Let your pelvis be heavy, and your mouth, your upper mouth, it's shaped so beautiful. It's a dome, a cathedral dome, and it lifts upwards. So allow your dome to rise as you feel your pelvis rooting. Keeping that, as you inhale, feel how the breath fills you up inside. Allow the breath to move through you, expanding you, so literally your outer body takes form from the breath inside. From this place, please bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer pose, and we'll chant 3 Oms together, full inhale. Gently bowing your head, keep your eyes closed, and then slowly raising your head, opening your eyes, lowering your hands. And we're going to start today on all fours, so please come to all fours. And like always in the yoga, we start with the first principle, opening to feel and attune. So spread your fingers, take time to really marvel at the beauty of your hands. Press your finger pads down, and where your finger comes into the arch, the metacarpal, press that part down. Walk your knees back an inch or so behind your hips, turn your toes under. On your next exhalation, round your back, gazing into your belly. And as you inhale, just begin to unfold, arching your back. Hips go back, heart goes forward. One more time, exhale, rounding. Let all of the vertebrae of your spine bend as you gaze into your belly. And next, in-breath, hips go back, heart goes forward. Pause here. With the next in-breath, you're going to lift your knees up, your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, draw from your feet up your legs to your pelvis. Exhale, bend your ankles, knees, and hips, lifting your heels high. On the next in-breath, receive strength flowing up your arms. You literally will feel your arm bones, they lift up from the breath. From that place, we can soften our heart and know this moment we're supported in aloha. Keep drawing your hips back, pressing your hands down and forward. And to open up the pose a little bit more, begin to stretch from your navel towards your pubic bone. So as you stretch from belly to pubic bone, your inner thighs will move back, your sitting bones will widen. We want to keep that and then stretch from the belly up to the heart. Feel how your whole heart center will lift, the arm bones will rise. Keeping all this, slowly squeeze your legs straight into downward facing dog. Inhale from hands and feet to heart center. Exhale from your heart, just offer your aloha back to the earth. Inhale, receive fully. So as you receive, press your finger pads down, your metacarpals down. Let your arm bones float up. Let them lift. And then as you exhale, just soften the heart. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Swing it forward right between your hands. Place it. Check front knee is bent to a square, back leg is straight. And we're going to really focus today on the back leg, getting the thigh bone to stay lifting up. Best way to do it is as you inhale, draw from your feet up into the core of the pelvis and let the back leg lift on the breath. As you exhale, extend from your pelvis through back leg, through front leg, and then walk your hands a little bit over to the left, out on a diagonal. Pressing your hands down and forward, draw your hips back and up. Bring awareness into your back leg, holding the back heel up really high. Open the front knee a little bit more to the right. On the next in-breath, draw into the center, squeezing the leg strong. As you exhale, extend through back leg, through front leg, and then soften in the heart. Walk the hands back to the front leg. Step forward into a forward bend, feet hip-width distance apart. Release your head and just let gravity help you out in releasing the spine. Begin to bend your ankles, knees, and hips, gliding your heart center forward, gaze forward. Nice. And now exhale, squeeze your legs straight. As you squeeze your legs straight, take your time so you really focus on pressing the tops of your thighs back. Keep your lower legs steady. Squeeze your legs straight, lift your kneecaps, release your head. On the next in-breath, draw your heart center forward as you bend ankles, knees, and hips, gliding heart forward. Exhale, squeeze the legs straight. Really root your heels down, spread your toes, honor your breath. Next in-breath, bend ankles, knees, and hips. Heart center goes forward, and we're going to step the right leg back into a lunge. Again, check your foundation. Front knee right out over the ankle. Front knee bending deep. Back leg, look back, make sure that the leg is lined right up with your sitting bone. On the next in-breath, draw your legs towards each other, let the back thigh bone float up. Keeping that, this time as you exhale, extend from your belly down to your pubic bone. Feel how the back thigh floats up even higher. Keeping that, walk your hands over on a diagonal out in front. Aloha, spirit, is truly amazing.
but we have to open to receive it. Even in these positions where it feels hard to open, soften. Let your hands really touch the earth, the aina. Let your feet touch the earth. And then breathe in the sweet aloha. Receive the invitation. Exhale, soften. Inhale, receive the strength, the bounty, the beauty. Exhale, soften. And then one more time. Inhale, drawing from both feet up into the core of the pelvis. Let the back thigh lift. Open the front knee a little bit more. Soften the heart. Walk the hands back. Step forward. Uttanasana. Release your head. Hands to your hips. Shoulders back. Bend ankles, knees, and hips. And from the belly, extending down. Root down. Rise up. Great. And exhale. Lower your arms. Great. Take a wide-legged stance now. So we're just going to step back, take a wide-legged stance facing this way. Excellent. So we're going to really focus today on opening up the pelvic floor so that we feel steady and settled in the moments when aloha doesn't feel so friendly. Yeah. Hawaii is particularly, all the islands are known for, like when visitors come, that sometimes it embraces you at first, and then it'll spit you out if you want to come and live here. It'll literally spit you out. It'll do all these really strong things to test you. So in the yoga practice, we learn to open and receive. From your feet, touching the earth, spreading literally, like you want to listen to what the earth is saying, tuning. Draw that strength up into the core of your pelvis, right to your belly button. And then from your belly, stretch down to the pubic bone. Look how much more length there is, more space inside. From there, then stretch from the belly up to the heart. Take the arms up. Just standing in this position, wide open, strong, receiving. Let's feel the difference. Really powerfully scoop your tailbone down now and feel the difference energetically. Yikes, huh? So we want to check that whenever we get in challenge that we don't close down that way. Open up, and now in your belly, stretching down, stretching up, draw the belly button back to the spine to get really steady. Beautiful. Turn your right leg out, have it point straight forward. Excellent. And then we're going to bend the knee, coming into Virabhadrasana 2, and today we're going to turn the palms up, representing the warrior freed from attachment, ready to receive the strength of aloha. Inhale from the feet to the core of the pelvis. Exhale, extend through back leg, through front leg. One more breath, inhale, drawing in. Now exhale, we're going to lower down. Preparation, side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Turn the front palm open. Inhale, draw from the back leg up into the core of the pelvis, and today we're going to bend the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Notice when I'm bending the hip that I'm not pressing it forward. This is really important. I'm drawing the thigh to the back plane of the body. The groins are going deep, and I'm nice and low to the earth. Inhale, gather strength here. Now exhale, extend through the back leg, take the top arm up and over your head. One more in-breath, drawing into center, bend the back ankle, knee, and hip. Exhale, extend into the fullness. And then rooting down. Inhale, rise up. Parallel the legs. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, the breath leads the way the arms float. Second side, turn the leg out. Foot pointing straight forward, and really check that your front heel is bisecting your back arch. So it's going to be important when we go to some of the more advanced poses that we keep that. Turning the palms up, receiving. Bend the front knee to a square. Inhale, draw power of the earth into the body. From the body, extend back to the earth. Inhale, drawing in on the back leg now, bend ankle, knee, and hip. And really noticing how the top of the hip is bending, not pressing forward. Keeping that, settle, receive. From here, start to squeeze the back leg straight. And then we're going to lower into side angle pose, preparation, Parsvakonasana. soften your face, your eyes, and be open to receive whatever comes. So on the in-breath, length gives us a chance to feel a little bit freer, softer. Draw the legs towards each other, bend the back ankle, knee, and hip, and then as you extend back into the earth, expand out. Take the arm up and over your head, palm down. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, extend. Feel how there's a gentle pulse and a flow. Inhale, bending ankle, knee, and hip, settling deeper. Exhale, extending, and then rooting down. Inhale, rising up, parallel the legs. Exhale, let the arms float. Hands come to the hips, and we're going to hinge at the hips. Hinging forward, pause halfway down. Stay here. From your belly now, extend to the pubic bone, and then from belly button, extend to the heart. Lower your hands down right underneath your shoulders. Then walk your hands out in front. Pressing your hands down and forward, draw your hips back and up. So you literally can feel in your body stretching in opposite directions. Bend here, the ankle, the knee, and the hip. It doesn't have to be much, just enough that you can notice the difference of how it opens up the pelvic floor. Inhale, draw from your feet up into the core of the pelvis. Exhale, extend even more from belly to pubic bone. Take the inner thighs back. Keeping that, draw the heart center forward. Come up onto your fingertips. Now pull your heels back, stretch your knees forward. It can almost be that you could fall backwards, but you never would, because grace is holding your hands, pulling your heart deep into service. So open it up big time, widen the pelvic floor. Now tone it, draw from the feet, back up into the pelvis, draw the belly button to the spine, heart center forward. Exhale, start to squeeze the legs straight. If you lose the curve in your spine here, totally fine to put your hands up on blocks or keep your knees and hips bending. Right hand is going to reach across and hold the left ankle. Draw the legs towards each other. Focus on getting extension in your spine by first feeling your pelvis, and then extend from belly to pubic bone. You'll be amazed how you can receive the breath from there. From that place, draw from the belly towards the heart. It's a beautiful opening. And then just soften. Pull the legs towards each other. Extend the spine. Twist open, letting the back body lead the way. Inhale, come back to center. Extend both arms out, staying high on the fingertips so that the arm bones rise with the breath. Bring the opposite hand across, hold the ankle. If you can't reach the ankle, it's okay to hold a little higher. Draw the legs towards each other. Create that stability before you twist. Then, before you twist also, extend the spine. We want to have the curve in the spine, the lordotic curve, before we twist. Super important. Then let the breath lead the way. So it's not so much your head turning, it's the back side. The underneath side churns, revolving open. One more in-breath, draw into center. Exhale, extend the spine, thighs back. And then inhale, come back to the center, arms out in front. Slide the hands under the shoulders. Walk the heels in, toes stay out, then toes come in, heels come in. Legs are about 3 feet apart and about 45 degrees open. Bend ankles, knees, and hips, hands to the tops of the thighs. Root down. Excellent. Here it's pretty easy to close the pelvic floor. So we're going to just reach back, hold the sitting bones, and we want to widen the sitting bones while toning the belly. So best way to do that, inhale from the feet up into the core of the pelvis. Exhale, extend from belly down to pubic bone, bend even deeper. Then from belly button up to heart. Now draw the belly towards the spine. Stay here with the breath. Inhale through the nose, lengthen the back body. Let the whole back body get long with the breath. Press the toes down, lift the heels up, take the arms up. Pause, listening to your breath, just noticing the challenge you're under, and then receive Aloha Spirit. It literally comes in, supports you, holds you. Now let the back body expand. So breathe, let your lungs lengthen, lift the heels higher, bend deeper, then lower the heels down, rooting down. Inhale, rise, parallel the legs, jump together, step to the front of your sticky mat, bending ankles, knees, and hips, legs parallel into a little bit of a squat. Foundation, how we touch the earth, so important. So here we want to be pressing the big toe down, and then drawing from the big toe back to the inner heel. Keeping that, spread the little toe away. You can get down there and use your hands to pull it away if necessary. Then from the little toe, you draw back to the outer heel. That establishes the foundation of the four corners of the feet. Great. Keeping that, extend from belly button down the pubic bone, soften your face, shoulders back. One more twist. We're going to take left elbow. Let's take left elbow over to right knee. Pause and wait. So this is, we get in a hurry, and Aloha says, slow down. Receive the fullness of the breath. So as you inhale, lengthen the lungs. You want to feel the lungs getting long and full, then twist. On the next breath, come back to center. Pause, bend the ankles, knees, and hips. That's good, Eloise. Excellent. Second side, opposite elbow. This would be the place where challenge comes in, yeah? Mm-hmm. So let the breath help you. Bend the knees. Now squeeze strong. Twist from the backside. Beautiful. Open the heart. Stay steady. With the breath. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hands down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga. Then curl into cobra. Shoulders go back. So let's bend the elbows. Shoulders go back. Pause here, close your eyes. Receive Aloha, it flows in. As it flows in, it's hard to resist opening more. Draw the outer shoulder blades back, front of your throat back, curl into Aloha. Exhale, lower down, swing back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, swing it forward between the hands, coming to lunge pose. Staying nice and low to the earth for now. Draw back to center. Then slide the hands up to the front knee. So precision is really important. Attuning, noticing what we're doing. Bow a little bit forward, and as you bow forward, lift the back thigh higher up. Now, keeping that engaged from the legs, draw up into the core of the pelvis. From the belly, extend down the pubic bone, out to your heart, and then reach the arms straight out. And we can touch each other. Reach far. Excellent, good. Now, touching each other, draw back into your own heart. So if you don't have a friend to touch, pull in. I want to feel you ladies pulling, and you feel me pulling, and then we find the sweet balance, lowering even deeper, lifting the back leg higher. Then release your friend. Come back, hands on the knee. Rooting down, hands at the side. You're doing great. Take the arms up. Beautiful. Hook the thumbs. Let the heart lift from inside. And then place the hands. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose. Lower down. Chaturanga. Curling cobra. Swinging back. Downward facing dog. Let your breath slow down. Receive the fullness of Aloha. Draw from your hands up your arms to the heart. Let the arm bones rise. Keep that. Draw your hips back, tops of the thighs back. Great to have your heels lifted, bending ankles, knees, and hips if you need to get the opening in the pelvis and in the spine. You know you need to do this, bend your knees, if your downward facing dog looks like this. So if your downward facing dog looks more like this, it's great to focus on bending ankles, knees, and hips, getting the extension in the spine, and then as you open, slowly, you can start to squeeze the legs straight, keeping the thighs back, press the hands down, bow deeper. Second side. Inhale with a breath. Left leg comes forward, right between the hands, staying in a low lunge. It's amazing how you can build a lot of heat, isn't it? Okay, step forward. We need to turn the fan on. Downward facing dog. Enjoying your breathing. Pressing your finger pads down, drawing up from the earth into your heart. And then exhale, extending from your heart back to the earth. Second side with a breath. Left leg lifts, comes forward between the hands, just low lunge, pausing here. Again, focusing today on the strength in the back leg, drawing from the back foot into the core of the pelvis, back thigh lifting. Keep that. And we're going to extend our arms out, find our friends and touch. If your friend isn't there, just extend your arms out fully from your heart. And now come into the power of your legs. Inhale, squeeze your legs strong. As you squeeze your legs strong, also draw your arm bones back, hollow your armpits. So you need to, in the arm balances we're going to work on, we have to keep the legs strong and steady. Extension in the spine, stretch from belly to pubic bone, belly button, heart, and the arm bones rooted. Keep that. Release your friend. Hands go down. Then hands come up to the top thigh. Pause there. And you just settle. The first principle, receive the fullness of aloha. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, bend the front leg a little deeper, back leg higher. Lift the arms up. We can join the thumbs here to find the midline. Back thigh lifting, front leg descending, lift up. And then with the breath, exhale, bow forward, place the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank, keep your head up, lower down, not quite to the earth. Curl cobra, shoulders back. Pause here, enjoy your breathing. Anchor your feet, tops of the shins, and then turn your upper arms out as you glide deeper. Swing back, downward facing dog. Bend your ankles, knees, and hips with a breath. Spring forward. Hands to the tops of the thighs, rooting down. Inhale, rise. Okay, one more standing pose, and then we're going to work on handstand at the wall. Okay, take a wide-legged stance. So we're going to work on Parsvakonasana, side angle pose, into Ardha Chandrasana, focusing on keeping the thighs moving back by keeping the extension in the belly. With a breath, inhale, the arms rise. We're going to turn the left leg out, have it point straight forward. Excellent. Then just bend the front leg into preparation Parsvakonasana. From here, we're going to lower down all the way. Full Parsvakonasana, arm out over your head. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, expand from belly to pubic bone, belly button to heart. Feel the pulse. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, back thigh bone back. Move the back thigh bone back. Now bend the back, ankle, knee, and hip. Take the top arm up, place it on your hip. Take a baby step forward with the back leg, walk the front arm out. Keep the front leg pointing straight forward, knee bend. Lift the back leg up, spread the toes, bring the four corners of your foot into your awareness. So today we're going to focus on bending the standing leg and then slowly squeezing it straight. As you squeeze it straight, you extend down into the earth, then out through the back leg, up through the heart, Now inhale, draw into the core of the pelvis, extend from belly button to pubic bone, belly button to heart, open up the pose. Beautiful. Notice where your back foot is. Did it slide a little bit forward or a little bit back? Line it right up with the front heel. Then bend the front knee, lower the back leg way back, root down, and now we're going to squeeze the front leg straight, coming to Trikonasana, top arm up. Inhale, draw the leg strong. Now bend the back ankle, knee, and hip. Lift the front toes up. Beautiful. Softening the face and the eyes, strong in the legs. With the breath, now come back to Trikonasana. From Trikonasana, bend the front knee. Come on back up, preparation Parsvakonasana. Then rooting down, inhale, rise, parallel the legs. With the breath, inhale, the arms rise. Second side, turn the front foot, pointing straight out. Great. Bend the knee, preparation Parsvakonasana. From here, full side angle. Fingertips touch the earth, arm over your head. Strong legs. Focus on the back leg. Bend the ankle, knee, and hip to get lower to the earth so you can really hear what does Mother Maui have to say today. Receive the strength up into the pelvis. Take the hand to the back hip. Take a baby step forward. Walk the front hand out. Lift the back leg up, but keep the front leg bending, front foot pointing straight forward. If you have really tight hamstrings, you could use your block here, placing your hand on the block. But by keeping the front leg bent, it's going to help you really open up the hamstrings. Once you have that, you can start to squeeze the front leg straight. If you're feeling steady, take the top arm up. Keep the back foot strong in your awareness, spreading the toes. It's going to be really important in handstand. Now stretch from belly button to pubic bone, belly button to heart, open it up. Really nice. Now bend the front knee, stretch the back leg way back so you get a really wide stance. Open the hips by moving the back thigh back. Excellent. Then slowly squeeze the front leg straight, coming right into Trikonasana. Strong legs, extension in the spine, soft heart, open to receive. One more breath. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, start to bend. Back ankle, knee, and hip. So really important, again, the hip here is there. That's right. Don't let the back thigh push forward. Move the hip back. Get deep in the groin. Super nice. Then squeeze straight. Drawing into Trikonasana. From Trikonasana, back hand to back hip, bend the front knee. Back to where we started. Preparation Parsvakonasana. Rooting down. Inhale, rise. And then jump your legs back to center. Okay, that was really great. So we want to keep all of those things in our awareness as we go to do handstand spring up. Okay, so it's not going to be kick up. We're not going to use the back leg to fly up. We're going to focus on the front leg bending and springing up. And we're going to spring just into L pose. Okay, so we're going to come to the wall, and the distance from the wall will be the distance from your knee to your foot. So we'll place our hands about 1.5 feet away from the wall. And then we're coming to downward facing dog. In our downward facing dog, we're going to lift the heels up, bending ankles, knees, and hips. Really important to keep the hands steady, arm bones lifting. And then you step one leg forward. And today, the focus is going to be that the back leg only lifts to the height of the hip, and that it's the right leg for me right now, the leg that's down on the floor. I'm just going to extend into the earth to float up. When I do that, I have to focus on my thighs staying back. So it looks like we pulse. 1, 2, 3. I spring up. And I want you to focus on not quite touching the wall. If you touch the wall like that, that's fine. But we want to start focusing on not touching the wall. Really working to find our own center so that we're in the center of the room. We can press up and not be afraid that we're going to go over. Okay, so the wall is there. Press up, find the wall, or go almost to the wall. Or if you find the wall, then back a little bit away. Okay? Really keep the thighs back. It's paramount. Let's try. Okay, so from downward facing dog, again, if you're at home, you just want to have, you don't want to kick up at the window or the mirror. Good to just have a good wall. From downward facing dog, bend your ankles, knees, and hips. Press your hands down, lift your arm bones. Really great. Keep that, then step one leg halfway through. The back leg's just going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, and then the front leg you spring off of. That's it. Excellent. Make sure when you spring up that you keep your toes pointing down, heel straight up to the sky. Keep your toes spreading. Really good, you guys. Go almost to the wall or to the wall. Excellent. Okay, perfect. We can see right now that the thighs are pushing forward, and when the thighs push forward, you can't quite get there. Try one more time. Really focus on extending from your belly down to your pubic bone, belly button to the heart, and get the top of the thigh to move back. You guys can do it. Focus also, aloha, flowing. That's it. Good job. Keep the legs straight, Eloise. Scoot a little closer to the wall. Take your time. That's it. Good, good, good. Excellent. Okay. And that's it. That's good. That's great. So what happens when we start to get tired, the thighs push forward. And you'll see this when people are standing around in life and they get tired and they tend to get like this. It's really hard to get into handstand if your thighs press forward. You got to keep them back. Okay. Good job. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lower down onto all fours and extend your left leg out, flexing the foot off to the side. Then walk your hands out in front. Bow your forehead down to the earth. Same actions here, focusing on the breath, receiving from hands and feet from the earth up into the body as strength. Keeping that as you exhale, extend from belly to pubic bone, belly button to heart. Keep the leg extended out to the side, really strong. Press the inner edge of the foot down. And now come up onto your fingertips. With a breath, take the left arm up. Swing the left arm through for a twist. Keep pressing your left outer edge of your foot down, drawing the hips back, twisting from the underneath side. On your right arm, it's really important that you're drawing that shoulder blade back and not collapsing here. So stay steady. This is going to help us when we go to Vashisthasana. Inhale, come on back. Second side, take the other arm up. Opposite twist. Go on through. Maybe you might be able to hold your foot. Come up onto the left fingertips. Draw the thigh bone back here. Extend from the belly, twist open. Inhale, squeeze the legs strong. Exhale, let the breath open you up. Great. Okay, inhale, come on out. Downward facing dog. Stretch it out. And then lower down. Second side. Right leg comes out. Flex the foot. So we're really learning here how to activate the lower shin muscle, which is going to be super important as we go into the arm balance. Press the inner edge of the foot down, pull the little pinky toe back, walk the arms out in front. Receiving all you need on this day from the bounty of aloha. The in-breath, arm bones rise, the hips go back. The exhale, you extend back through your body, finding more length. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, extending. Coming up onto the fingers. Taking the right arm up. Twisting open through the opening. And then coming up onto the left finger pads here. Really draw the shoulder back, really important, and twist from the underneath side. The legs have to stay strong. Drawing from earth in the core, extending from belly button and pubic bone, twisting open, and then coming back to center. Opposite arm lifts up, goes through. You might be able to reach your foot, but it's okay if not, just bring it through. Really important on your standing leg, which would be your left leg here, you keep drawing the sitting bone back, twisting from the underneath side. Okay, really beautiful. And coming on out, back to all fours, downward facing dog. With the breath, bend the knees, spring forward, Uttanasana, squeezing your legs straight, hands on your hips, shoulders back, rooting down, inhale, rise. Okay, great. And take a wide-legged stance one more time. Feet steady on the earth. Inhale, draw up the legs to the core of the pelvis. Exhale, extend back to the earth. Take the arms up, turn the palms up. Turn your right leg out, have the foot point straight forward. That's it. Great. Then we're going to bend the knee, lowering back down, Parsvakonasana. Now bring the hand around to the front. Beautiful. From here, we're going to first walk the hands out on the diagonal and focus on the back leg staying really steady and the back thigh moving in, back, and lifting up. So lift the back thigh up really, really strong. Soften the heart. Great. That back leg's going to be super important when we do Vashisthasana. Come on back to the center. Lean. Rooting, rise, second side, turn the other leg out. Basic pose is Parsvakonasana, focusing on back thigh, moving back. Fingertips touch the earth. And we can go ahead and take the arm up and over the head for a full stretch. And then from here, pivot. So you literally pivot the hips, move the inner thighs back, walk the hands out in front. Lift the arm bones, stay steady. Now on the back thigh, get the back thigh to move back, and then soften. Really great. One more breath. Inhale to center. Exhale, extending out. And walk the hands on back. This position here, the leaning allows us to really root, staying steady in aloha. From there, rise up, parallel the legs, jump to center. Okay, so we're going to work on Vashisthasana. So from downward facing dog, you turn onto your right hand, outer edge of the right foot. You're going to come up and start with just holding the knee, making sure that the thigh stays lifting and back. Phase 1. Phase 2, we're going to hold the foot, and then slowly we're start extending the leg. The thighs moving back is paramount here. If the thighs push forward, it won't work. Okay, so I keep moving the thighs back to open it up even more. Okay? We'll try both sides. You ready? I'll guide you through. Downward facing dog. Turning on to, let's start on the left side. Left hand and left foot. Excellent. Draw from your hands and feet up into your core. Lift your leg up. Hold just the knee. Really important that you keep your hips lifting as high as you can and your arm bone staying lifted as well. On the next breath, reach and hold the foot. Draw from the feet to the core of the pelvis, hips stay high. If the hips start to lower down, don't go to the next level. If the hips are staying up, extend the leg, then move the thighs back, and then really open it up. Keep moving the thighs back to open it up. Really good. Okay, second side. Downward facing dog. Keep breathing, soften your face. Stay steady in your awareness. So this is one of those places where the challenge is definitely upon us, and the yoga reminds us to receive what you need. From the hands, draw to the heart. From the heart, extend out. Second side, turn onto the foot, outer edge of the hand. Beautiful. So just to balance here is great. Keeping the hips up and the thighs back, that's really fantastic. And then if you can go to the next level and hold the knee is good. And then if you can go to the next level and hold the foot. So we only keep adding, that's perfect, Eloise, going to the next level if we can maintain the integrity. So it's so good to know when should I come down. So that's great, Alexa. As long as the hips stay up, you can keep going. Now lengthen the back body. Okay, great. And downward facing dog. Excellent. Child's pose. Open the knees wide, big toes touching. Pranaming. And today, coming up onto the elbows, hands over your head. Press your elbows down. Lift your arm bones up. Really nice. And then downward facing dog. Inhale with a breath. Lift the left leg up. Swing it forward, coming between your hands into pigeon pose. Excellent. Draw from both legs up into the core of your pelvis. Extend out, settle. You're gonna bend the back leg in. Being really mindful that when we bend the back leg that it's tracking directly in line with the sitting bone. From here, extend your left arm up. Beautiful. Inhale, drawing into your center, extending out. We're going to take it to the next level. So the top arm can reach behind, touch the opposite shoulder, lifting your heart. If you want to go even to the next level, put the foot into the crook of your elbow. Opposite arm reaches across, binding the hands, then lift the heart. So important that the arm bones keep rooting. Beautiful. And release, downward facing dog. Second side, right leg forward, pigeon, back leg, the foot and the knee and the sitting bone all lined up. Really nice. From here, draw in, and then bend the back leg, bring it in for the thigh stretch. Really important that you're rooting down through the back leg to stay connected. Hips square to the front. Belly long and strong. Then to go to the next level, you could put the foot into the crook of the elbow, opposite arm up. Can either come to opposite shoulder and then you lift the heart, or if you want to go to the next level, you would bind the hands. Very important that we keep moving into the back body. The back body really represents the recognition as yogis. We trust in something a little bigger than our own effort. Breathe into that, lift the heart. And with a breath, place the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, point the toes down, heel to the sky, and then start to twist open. As you twist open, we're gonna place the foot behind you on the earth, lift the hips up into wild thing. Once you're in wild thing, draw back in, strong to your temple. Draw from both hands into your heart. Place the hand behind your head. Bring the elbow forward, armpit back. Now lift the hips higher, extend from the belly. Beautiful. Then come back around, downward facing dog. Second side. From downward facing dog, left leg goes up, toes pointing down, heel to the sky, arm bones rising. Then twisting open, transfer the weight to the outer edge of the foot like Vashisthasana. Then lift the hips up really high. That's it. Get the hips even higher. Open the pose up. Now bring the hand behind your head, pressing your head back into the hand, drawing the arm bone back, open it up. And back around to the center. Downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Cobra. Exhale, lower all the way down. Pranaming, extend the arms out in front. Yeah, press your hands down into the earth. Lift the arm bones up. Enjoy your breath. Then slide the hands back by your heart. Come up into cobra. Okay. Then we're going to lower down. One arm coming up onto the elbow, left elbow. Bend the right leg. Reach around, hold the top of the foot. Another thigh stretch. Pressing foot into hand, hand into foot. Make sure on the back foot, that's right, the heel stays straight to the sky. Beautiful, draw the heart forward. Next level is place the hand alongside you like cobra. Rise up for a little deeper thigh stretch. Okay, second side. Elbow right underneath the shoulder. Bending the back leg, reaching back, holding the foot. Really important, the knee is going to want to splay out here, and then it's a completely different stretch. So again, we just stay really focused on keeping the alignment from the knee to the sitting bone. The inner edge of your heel is moving towards your outer hip. Draw your heart forward, hips back. Great, you guys. Next level is going from there, rising up in cobra. Beautiful. And lowering down, extending arms long once, pressing hands down, forehead down. Breathing in the back body. So really make sure your back body receives aloha. Your ribs widen and expand. Keeping that, we're going to slide the hands back, bend both ankles, knees, and hips, reaching back, holding the ankle. We're going to point the toe to start with, then lift your head up, draw heart center forward, shoulders back. Great. Then lift the legs up, heart up. Okay, then we're going to transition, flex the foot, press the knees down, second form of Dhanurasana. Then rock forward, point, and then flex. So two different forms of the same pose. Really nice, you guys. Lowering down one more time, extending the arms, lengthening the whole back body. Press your feet down, move the tops of the thighs back. Excellent. Slide the hands by the heart, pressing back. Downward facing dog. Enjoy your breathing. Press your hands down and forward. Lift the arm bones up. And with a breath, bend your knees. Spring forward. Uttanasana. Release your head. Inhale halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow. Hands to your hips. Shoulders back. Rooting down. Inhale, rise up. Okay. Really good. We're going to do a few back bends now, and we want to really focus on how the power in the legs, what we've been working on, frees the lower back. Lots of times when we start to do back bends, we forget about connecting the legs all the way up into the back, and this is where most of us get back trouble. Okay, so we're going to work on Ustrasana, camel's pose, and again, focusing the same thing, that this part of the leg, the thigh bone, that we keep the intention to move the top of the thigh back. And Ustrasana is a perfect asana form to do it in because the form itself requires the whole pelvis to move forward. We have to let the pelvis move forward while we keep the intention of the thighs moving back. Can you see the difference? If I just give up, like under challenge, I just say everyone's going that way and I just, bleh, I'm gonna hurt myself. But if I go, okay, this is happening and it's a challenge and I make a commitment to stay in my yoga alignment, inner thighs back, top of the thighs back, engaging the legs up the back of the leg, then rooting down, lengthening belly, lifting heart. From there, I can start to back bend and really open up the heart center. We're going to place one hand behind the head again, elbow forward, armpit back, and we're going to just go back as far as we can and focus here on keeping the top of the thighs moving back and then coming on up. Okay? So, Ustrasana, camel's pose, knowing that the pelvis has to move forward, the thighs are going to get pushed forward, but we're yogis, and we're going to focus on how we can stay in alignment even in challenge. Okay, toes turned under. Inhale, draw up into the core of the pelvis. From belly extending down to pubic bone, belly button up to heart. Hands on hips. Root down, lift up, find the balance. Start to curl back in the upper back. When you feel the pelvis moving forward, draw the inner thighs back more. Now tone your legs, draw from the feet up, curl back. One hand goes up behind the head. Press your head into your hand, curl back, and then slowly coming up. So a form of back bend we call pigeon droppings. If you want to go into Ustrasana, you would do all the same thing and then place the hands on the heels. Really important that when you go into Ustrasana, you don't just collapse. Keep your intention clear. Excellent. Let's try Ustrasana, full form. Rooting down, lift up. That's it. Keep the front of the throat moving back. Beautiful, you guys. Moving the thighs back, lifting the heart, breathing aloha. So lovely. Okay, excellent. And then come on out of the pose. Beautiful. And lie back onto your belly. I'm going to do a couple more thigh stretches with back bends. So on the belly, coming up onto the left elbow and forearm, we'll bend the right leg in again for the thigh stretch. And then we're going to put together the thigh stretch in the back bend. So you're going to reach around, hold the opposite foot, and lift it up, one foot in Dhanurasana, one in Virasana. Okay, that's it. Good. So this is a great asymmetric stretch for your back. That's it. Good, good, Eloise. Make sure you really keep the thigh rooting back, even here. Don't let the thigh bone press down into the floor. It's got to draw back. Then lifting up, one foot in Dhanurasana, shoulders back. Change sides. So a form of Garandasana. Excellent. And then stretching back from there. Really good. Really good. Stay with it. Yep. Stretch back then. Puppy pose. And from puppy pose, come to sitting. Extend the legs out long in front. Rooting your thigh bones down. It's one of the simplest things we can do to stay in alignment in yoga is to just watch when we get in challenge what happens to this part of the body, how it tightens and pulls us out of really feeling open. Root your heels down, root the thigh bones down, lean on the fingertips behind you, receive the breath of aloha. So from hips to armpits, all the way up through your neck, you feel long. Root your heels down, extend out through the big toes, draw the little toes back. Excellent. From here, we're going to bend the right leg back, Janu Shirshasana. Clear foundation of the sitting bones, and then pivoting the belly around to the front leg. Draw from both feet up into the core of the pelvis to really root the thigh bone. Then reach out, hold the foot. Use your left hand on the earth to press down into the earth. Yep. That's it. Use the left hand. This is really important because can you feel how you can retract the leg and really anchor it? We want to make sure that we stay really clear in alignment before we go deeper. If you can keep the thigh bone rooting, then begin to bow. You can reach and hold your foot with both hands. On the in-breath, Aloha Spirit, we receive it, letting the arm bones float up. As we exhale, we find more rooting, more connection. Hips go back, heart goes forward. And one more breath. Receiving from the earth all that you need and even more than you imagine. And exhale the free exchange of offering the fruits back. And then rooting down. Inhale, rise up. Bring the leg out, back to staff pose, lift the heart. And second side. It's super cool to see how the more we practice yoga, the more the times in our life that may have really thrown us out of balance. Now we can really just stay steady, really be in love, be in light, even in challenge. Widen the pelvic floor by extending to belly, from belly to pubic bone, and then belly button up to heart. Reach and hold the foot with opposite hand, right hand pressing the earth to really retract the leg back and root the thigh bone. From there, bowing, letting the arm bones rise. If you can't hold your foot, you could use a strap here. Eventually holding the foot with both hands when you know that you can stay rooted. Inhale from the earth, we gather strength into the root of the body. As you exhale, extending from belly to pubic bone, belly button to heart, arm bones rise. And then rooting down. Inhale, rise up. Bring the legs out in front. One more twist. Draw the right leg in, cross the left leg up and over, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Same foundation, keeping the base of the pelvis widening. Bring the opposite arm across so the elbow hooks on the knee, and then lean on the fingertips behind you. It'll be a little bit easier to extend the spine. First, just notice the energy, how it's flowing. And then we want to open to receive. From the feet, we draw up into the body this amazing bounty of aloha. From the belly, we extend down to the pubic bone, up to the heart. And then it's the back body spinning us around. Inhale to center. Exhale, freely open. And then rooting down, inhale, come out of the pose, change over, opposite side, foot comes in front. The whole foot being steady on the earth is really important here. You're going to tend to rock to the outer edge of the foot, really try and root the whole foot down. And then check that the sitting bones haven't tucked too far underneath you. Reach the opposite elbow across. Pause and wait for your breath. Let the breath guide you. And then receive from the feet up all the way into the pelvic floor and to the belly. From the belly, rooting down to the pubic bone, up to the heart, twisting open. As you twist open, let the back side lead the way. Inhale, strength from the earth into our bodies. Exhale, a free opening. And then inhale, coming back to center. Undo the crossing, extend the legs out, lifting the heart, and then bowing forward in Paschimottanasana. Really important as you bow forward, the legs are going to tend to externally rotate so we can widen Root the heels, root the femurs. Use the hands again on the earth. Press the earth, and as you do, draw from the legs up into the core of the pelvis. You feel that retraction. Then you can get the extension from there. Beautiful. Press the heels down a little bit more. Flex the feet a little bit more. So Eloise, draw the front of the foot back a little more. Yeah, that's it. So the Achilles is nice and long. Great. Then from there, bowing forward. Breathing steady and easy, in and out through your nose, Ujjayi. Eventually you can hold the feet with both hands, bowing your forehead. Thighs rooting on the in-breath, the arm bones rise, outer elbows lift and widen, heart center softens. And then rooting down, inhale, rise up. Fingers behind you, lift the heart. And then one more pose, Upavista Konasana, opening the legs about 90 degrees. Very important that both the inner and the outer edge of the heel root down. The Achilles long and extending out through the big toe. So you can see here, I'm even here supporting my arch, pressing through the big toe, drawing to the heel, spreading out to the little pinky toe. On the in-breath, drawing from the feet up into the core of the pelvis to the belly, from the belly extending down, reaching up. And then from there, it's the same action we did in standing, hinging forward. As you hinge forward, the sitting bones continue to go back. We want to be very mindful that we're not rounding by the sitting bones tucking under. So we only go as far as we can, staying in integrity. You could also lift your pelvis up onto a blanket here if you're starting to lose the extension in the spine. In the final phase of the pose, it's okay if your back rounds a little, as long as it rounds each vertebra moving equally, walking the hands out in front, bowing your forehead, receiving from the earth into the body, into your temple, all you need. Exhale, freely offering it back, settling. And slowly coming on up. And lowering into Shavasana. So resting on your back. Really important that we take the time for Shavasana. If you're at home, and it's really nice to get an eye pillow to add weight to your face and darkness to the eyes, so that you really go deep into a quiet place. You can also add weight to your thigh bones, really having the root of your thighs, the very top of the leg, pressing down into the earth. It'll create a calming. For the more in yoga that we settle, the more we can begin to really receive the magic. The thighs rooting to the back plane of the body. This is such a simple thing we can remember as we go through our day. you're at home, I would stay in Shavasana for 8 to 10 minutes. Really settle into the darkness. Feel in the center of your eye, the pupil, that the more you can feel the pupil drawing towards the back of your head, the muscles of your neck will relax, your mind will relax. Release any holding of the breath in Shavasana. We release all forms of pranayama and let the breath become the natural breath. Really slowing down, feeling the belly rise and fall. Letting the root of your thumb soften. The root of your jaw soften. And enjoy your Shavasana. Namaste.